Tonight, stimulus relief checks have already started hitting Americans' bank accounts. The financial help from the American Rescue Plan is revving up. In the meantime, essential workers like teachers and school staff here in Orange County are getting their shots in the arm this weekend. News 6's Amanda Castro was at that distribution site today. Downtown Orlando is usually bustling on the 4th, but since the Lake Eola fireworks show was canceled and bars are still shut down because of the spike in cases, it is a standstill. Jerry, you're learning more about the victim in this deadly shooting, and family members say he had just recently opened up his own business. Some major news when it comes to Gators football. Dan Mullen is the latest big name to get COVID-19. Also, in just hours, the coronavirus testing sites will reopen. Most sites were closed for the holiday, but sites like Barnett Park and Orange County Convention Center saw long lines this week. Well, there was another show on our Space Coast this morning. SpaceX launching another batch of Starlink satellites. You saw that beautiful launch live on the morning news. There is a bill in Congress that came back up to get rid of daylight savings time. Yes or no for you?
I don't like to spring forward. I'm sorry.
Really?
I really don't.
I like 8 o'clock sunsets.
I like to sleep.
I get that.
It's just the way it is.
Well, if you're a fan of instant ramen and have a passion for noodles, your dream job may have just opened up. Talking to college kids out there. All eyes are on the launch, Jonathan, but you've also got pretty big hurricane out there.
Man,
the weather.
Unbelievable.
I'll take it, man. This is like what fall in Florida is starting to feel like. Coronavirus forced the hot dog eating contest inside this year. And I'm just going to relish in this moment and give you guys a good hot
diggity dog. Let's go.
Ryan hates us, but no pun intended.
No, my.
This is News 6 at 11, getting results.
Tonight, thousands of dollars headed out to millions of Americans as early as this weekend, but tracking your stimulus payments might be a little harder. We're going to tell you why. Also, Orange County teachers and staff are starting their spring break with a shot in the arm. Vaccinations rolling out at schools across the county today and tomorrow. And heat building for your weekend as thousands descend on the Sunshine State for spring break. You're getting a live look at Daytona Beach there. Samara Kokinos will join us in just a bit to tell us just how hot it's going to get over the next week and the fog moving in tonight. First, though, a young entrepreneur shot dead at a party early this morning. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Nadeen. Eric has the weekend off. Deputies tell us 3 other people were injured in that shooting. And Jerry, you're learning more about the victim in this deadly shooting, and family members say he had just recently opened up his own business. In the meantime, essential workers like teachers and school staff here in Orange County are getting their shots in the arm this weekend. News 6's Amanda Castro was at that distribution site today. Our FHIA beach camera looking over Daytona Beach, capturing these scenes by the water earlier today. Look at that. Hundreds of people out there soaking up the sun. Hope is on the horizon as vaccinations across the country continue. At least 15 states, such as Texas, no longer have COVID restrictions on most or all of their businesses, and that includes here in Florida, where spring break is almost in full swing, but experts warn to be careful. Now, this week brought a lot of changes to vaccine distribution, along with announcements about who will be next to get that shot in the arm. In Volusia County yesterday, Governor Ron DeSantis announced more doses are headed to Central Florida, and the state is broadening eligibility to adults under 60 starting on Monday, saying distribution of the shots is gaining momentum. We're going to head on over to weather with meteorologist Samara Kokinos. And Samara, we saw all those folks out on the beach today. You also got some sun? Welcome back. Tonight, a break in your bank account as those $1,400 payments are being sent to millions of Americans this weekend. President Biden planning to travel the country next week to show exactly where all that money in his $1.9 trillion American Rescue Plan is going. CBS News' Christina Ruffini is in the White House with the story tonight. And you know, Samara, there is a bill in Congress that came back up to get rid of daylight savings time. Yes or no for you?
I don't like to spring forward. I'm sorry.
Really?
I really don't.
I like 8 o'clock sunsets.
I like to sleep.
I get that.
It's just the way it is.
Getting results.
Now on the morning news, a search comes to a stop after police find the car of a missing Belle Isle mother. The latest developments in the Stephanie Hollingsworth case. Plus, authorities say a man abducted his ex-girlfriend and murdered a teenager. How deputies managed to chase him down as he tried to swim away. Good morning, Central Florida. I'm Nadeen. You'll see Amanda Castro tonight at 11.
And I'm meteorologist Candace Campos. Jonathan Keggis is on vacation, so he's hopefully sleeping in and enjoying his vacation.
And we have a launch coming up here at 8:27,
Yes.
so we are getting a look at what the forecast will look like, because it does not look like yesterday, guys. Now to grim developments in the search for a missing mother. Police say they found the car belonging to Stephanie Hollingsworth. The Belle Isle woman has been missing for nearly 4 weeks, and yesterday her Chevy Tahoe was found in a retention pond near Dowden Road. Orlando police say one person was found dead inside the vehicle. Troy Campbell has the details from Orange County. Tough morning for that family this morning. Well, also developing, we're waiting to see when a man will be booked into jail after investigators say he killed a 14-year-old while abducting his ex-girlfriend. This all stems from a missing persons alert issued by Sumter County Sheriff's Office yesterday. Deputies say Samuel Thomas broke into the home near Belleville's Corner, killed the teen, then took the victim. Investigators say she eventually escaped and wasn't hurt, but deputies later caught up with Thomas an hour away in Citrus County. They say he tried to swim away from the deputies after putting his car into the water. Thomas was taken to the hospital. This morning, we're checking to see with deputies on what the relationship with the victim was with the teen and the motive behind Thomas's actions. We'll keep you posted on clickorlando.com. Well, new developments in the shooting death of a 14-year-old, a person wanted in connection with the case, answered to his charges in court. Lorenzo Hall had his first appearance yesterday after turning himself over to authorities. He's now charged with first-degree murder. Investigators say Hall and 2 others were involved in a deadly shooting back in August. A photo shows one suspect aiming a gun out of the car's back window. Now we're going to go to the facts about COVID-19. Florida saw a jump in new cases, with the state health department reporting more than 4,000 new infections. We haven't seen a daily case count like this since early September. The rate of people testing positive in a single day bumped up past 5%. Now, health officials have said that this number should stay below that 5% threshold to show that the community has curbed the spread. And some major news when it comes to Gator football. Dan Mullen is the latest big name to get COVID-19. The Gators coach tweeted out the news yesterday. He wrote that he is isolating from his family and that they are all healthy and feeling fine. He's the latest college football coach to come down with coronavirus this week. Sports anchor Ryan Welch will have more on this story during your morning sports. Now to a show of solidarity across the nation. People marched in cities all over the U.S. for the annual Women's March. From California to D.C., each person had their own message to share. Many voiced opposition to President Trump's conservative Supreme Court nominee, Amy Coney Barrett. She would replace the late Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. The Women's March started the day after President Trump's inauguration in January of 2017. Meantime, President Trump was spending his time out of the White Office and in battleground states. He held and rallied in Wisconsin during the state's worst coronavirus outbreak to date. Democratic presidential candidate Joe Biden, on the other hand, continued to blast the president's pandemic's response in Michigan Friday night. But Biden is also facing questions about whether he supports expanding the number of justices on the Supreme Court. He's promised to make his position clear in the next few days. Meantime, Senator Kamala Harris returns to the campaign trail tomorrow. The Democratic vice presidential candidate is expected to stop by Orlando and Jacksonville. It will be her first in-person event after 2 people on her campaign were diagnosed with COVID-19. Campaign officials say she didn't have close contact with them. She has recently tested negative for the virus. As for her visit, we are still working to get details. You can check our updates on the News 6 mobile app. It is now 7:08 on this Sunday morning. Let's check back in with Candace Campos. Hey, good morning. Thanks, Candace. Well, ahead on the morning news, a speeding car plows through this family's front yard, while the homeowner says it was a close call for one family member. But first, a legal battle is brewing over the jail video of a veteran who died in custody. The local man bringing attention to this case with billboards in the area, why he's calling this a sign of respect. During the break, let's also join us on Facebook. Just search Nadeen Yanis. Thank you for waking up with us as the sun is rising on this Sunday morning. We'll see you in a little bit.
News 6 at 7 a.m. Getting results.
Drivers in Brevard County may have noticed these billboards around town with the name Gregory Edwards. Edwards was a combat Army veteran who died while in law enforcement custody back in December of 2018. Nearly 2 years later, there are still questions about his death, and as investigator Lewis Bolden reports, a legal battle to find out more is picking up steam. And you can learn more about Gregory Edwards and the investigation into his death. It's all on clickorlando.com. Well, this morning, a man is working to clean up the mess after a car slams into a shed by his house. Now, this happened along Toledo Road in Orange County. News 6's Jerry Askins spoke to the homeowner.
I was in the
We are now about an hour away from another launch off our coast. This time, SpaceX is planning to send another round of internet beaming satellites. A Falcon 9 will blast off from Kennedy Space Center, and it is all part of SpaceX's Starlink mission of bringing global internet from space. Liftoff is scheduled for 8:25 a.m. If it happens, you can watch it live on clickorlando.com. And Candace Campos is back here. Candace, we've been talking about whether or not this is going to go up here in about an hour.
I just love how it's just another Sunday, another rocket
launch. Yeah, I mean, they're just trying to get internet for the whole world.
We're spoiled here.
We are so lucky.
I mean, here in Central Florida.
Comfortable week ahead. Thank you, Candace. Thank you so much. Well, from singing on stage in Puerto Rico to starting her mornings on the airwaves, coming up on the morning news, how Lucimar Rivera lasting legacy goes beyond the mic. But first, get those tickets out. Here's a look at the winning numbers from last night's Florida lottery drawing. Good luck. Well, she is one of the pioneers of Spanish language radio and paved the way for more Latinas on the airwaves. Lucimar Rivera has had an audience tuning in for more than 30 years, and she says they've become family. Carolina Cardona shows us Rivera's journey to becoming a prominent voice here in Central Florida.
Of the staff in Channel 6.
And we are a fan of you, Lucimar. Thank you so much. Well, we're going to take a look at your headlines next on the morning news. And coming up on News 6, political expert Jim Clark says Florida will decide the presidential election. We've heard that. His evidence to back it up next on the Weekly.
That throughout the rest of the week, just very hazardous conditions on the beaches. So please don't be getting out in that water.
We're also watching that launch that's happening at 8:25 this morning. If you want to take a look, head over to clickorlando.com, and we'll see you guys later. Thank you for joining us on News 6 this morning.
Ooh, pretty sharp.